Hello and welcome to Chanakya's Face Off. Today we're going to talk about the upcoming elections in Karnataka. And our guest today is a very senior journalist and the proud recipient of the Ramnath Goenka Award for Excellence in Journalism. We have none other than Ms. Sandhya Ravishankar with us. It's a privilege to have you in Chanakya, ma'am. Welcome to Chanakya.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you. So, ma'am, you're in Bangalore. How is the election fever? Has it picked up?
Well, it's a very different kind of election, actually, if you look at it. It's very local, very micro election. So voters of Karnataka are looking at their sitting MLAs and the candidates who are going to be announced, hopefully by the end of this month. So it's going to be a very, very local election. There is no big narrative. There is no anger against the state government or the central government or anything of the sort. So it's
You're taking me by surprise in the very beginning. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean, I was surprised as well because, Congress started their campaign with that 40% Sarkara slogan. And then they did, they did after that. And they're continuing to do it. But it's very funny because when you go on the ground, people either they don't know about 40% Sarkara or PCM, or they don't care about it. So it's like the key things are going to be candidates. Caste is going to play a role. Local issues like bad roads, specific civic amenities which have not been delivered, schemes which have not been delivered. These are going to be the focus issues for the elections in Karnataka. So it's going to boil down all to candidates.
So you are telling me there is no big anti-incumbency.
There is no anti-incumbency. I mean, there is anti-incumbency in the sense that against specific sitting MLAs. So that is there. In that particular constituency, they are unhappy with some MLAs who have not visited them, who have not participated in temple functions, who have not helped them in any way. But as far as anti-incumbency against the state government or the BJP as such, that is absolutely not there. I can't see it at all anywhere.
How are people looking at CM Mr. Basavaraj Bommai? So he's not as popular as Mr. Yediyurappa, right?
Of course not. He's not as popular as Mr. Yediyurappa.
So he's not the face, definitely.
You could see recently also, Prime Minister had come down and he was holding Yediyurappa's hand and walking.
I saw that video.
Yeah, and Mr. Amit Shah also, Home Minister also came down and he spoke about Yediyurappa. So I think they've realized that Yediyurappa is a match winner. But, and you can't deny it, right? Because he's got.
Do you think the realization has come at a cost?
I think it's taken a long time to come. Yes, it has taken a long time to come.
All right. I just want to ask one question about this. Yesterday there was a raid by Lokayukta in one of the sitting MLA, Mr. Mandal Virupaksha's son's office in Bengaluru, right? And they've seized 40 lakhs red-handed.
Yes.
So CM Bommai has reacted in a very different way. He's telling, yes, Lokayukta is still working and, they are trying to find corruption. But is it not, it's making the Congress claim of 40%. Is it not throwing more advantage to Congress? Because your view is actually surprising to me, because what I read in many of the opinion polls is that Congress is having an edge.
Congress had the edge even say until about 2 months ago. In November, in fact, I think when one set of surveys was done by the parties and I was informed about it, I think Congress was ahead by around 20-25 seats in October, November last year, right? But the most recent surveys are showing that BJP is at least 8 to 10 seats ahead of Congress right now.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's a very different kind of state. I mean, I've reported from Tamil Nadu for most of the elections since I started working, right? But this is an extremely different state from Tamil Nadu. It has got nothing. Tamil Nadu is a narrative state, if you want to call it that, right? So it's like you take 2 or 3 big key topics, and people will respond to it, they will react to it, they will get emotional over it. Here, it's not the case at all. People are like, corruption is there. Yeah, of course, corruption is there. Whichever party is in power, corruption is there. Corruption has never won an election in any case. And they are very clear. We want our MLAs to be accessible. We want them to come talk to us. We want them to, write letters for us for admission in schools. This is all we want. The MLA has not done it, out. This is how the mindset is. And each region is very different. It's like literally many states in one state. And caste plays a very big role. There is polarization in some parts of the state. For example, for BJP, the Hindutva pitch will work in the coastal zones, coastal areas, Mangalore, Udupi, those kind of areas where there is already polarization because there's a significant number of minority population there as well. But in other parts of the state, Hindutva doesn't work. Like, for example, Old Mysore region, which is South Karnataka. Hindutva doesn't play a major narrative at all. It is more about caste. So who are the Vokaligas going to vote for? Which Vokaliga leader is better than the other Vokaliga leaders. So
leaders, yeah. And I have one interesting question. So you said, there are no big issues that play a role. But how about CM Bommai has, breached that 50% mark of reservation recently. He has he has increased the reservation for SC/ST in Karnataka, and due to which I think if I'm pronouncing it right, but the Panchamasali group of the Lingayat community, they're a subsect of Lingayats, right? So they have now started asking for reservation. So how is this group? I think Congress is aiming for this group. Lingayats vote for both Congress and BJP. It's not a polarized voting community. So how do you think that, and Lingayats are the majority population in Karnataka, so how do you think this reservation issue is going to be impacting this election?
To be frank, when I traveled and spoke to people, the SC/ST reservation, the STs, the scheduled tribes, knew about the reservation announcement, the increase in reservation. SCs did not know about it. They were not even aware that an announcement had happened. They were like, what? Me
surprise. What? Sweet surprise. Okay.
No, but the thing is, it has not been communicated properly. A. B, the scheduled tribes have got the communication about this, but they're saying, we'll see, center has to approve, then it will go to court, then it will come back. Till then, we'll wait. We don't mind.
That matured politics, that matured mindset for people.
It's very strange, I know, it's very, very strange.
Karnataka is taking me by surprise.
But yes, there is a lot of, Lingayats is going to be, see, the Lingayats right now appear to be slightly confused because Yediyurappa was seen as being sidelined for quite some time. But now that the party has, begun to sort of push him in front as the face for the election, and he himself has been saying that. He's saying, I'll always work for the BJP till my last breath. So these are emotional connects that Lingayats have. And it was Yediyurappa who was, the person who consolidated the Lingayats from the 90s onwards and brought them towards the BJP after the whole Virendra Patil fiasco in the 90s by the Congress. So I would say Lingayats may be slightly confused now, but with Yediyurappa's messaging, things might turn around. So we'll have to wait and watch what happens because see, the Panchamshalis, I spoke to a lot of Panchamshalis and specifically asked them about this reservation thing. It's not a new thing. They've been asking for this for a very long time. Basically, there are different categories of reservation, right? There's category 2A, 2B, 3A, 3B. So Panchamshalis were
2A.
in 3B.
They've been requesting 2A, right?
They want 2A, exactly. So some jugglery has been done and nobody understands what that whole reservation announcement for Panchamshali Lingayats that Mr. Bommai had done. Nobody understands it. Panchamshalis also don't understand it. But Panchamshalis are very clear. They're saying this is not an election issue for us. We will vote according to candidate. So we want 2A category reservation, but we will not vote because of that. We understand that, it's going to take some time, but we want it. So I don't see a major, blowout among the Lingayats. But yes, there is some confusion. If once Yedurappa, shows his campaigning skills, I think we will see a big difference on ground.
Okay, so this is about the Lingayats. But now there is a talk, I don't know how official this is. I read about this, that the new BJP leader, they're aiming for a new BJP leader and from the Okaliga community. And do you think that will impact, because the CM is from a Lingayat community himself, and but now they want the party to be led by a Okaliga, so they're just trying to balance both the big communities. But how is it going to be reflecting in the elections?
See, party president, I don't think will have an impact on the elections, but the CM is definitely going to have an impact. So if the CM is going to have to be Lingayat, they don't think BJP has a choice. Congress can get away with not having a Lingayat because they've had Siddaramaiah before. He's a Kuruba. But BJP simply cannot afford to antagonize the Lingayat vote bank. So the next CM is going to be a Lingayat. Whether it's going to be a repeat of Bommai or somebody else, we don't know.
Okay. And constantly BJP has been, bringing in surprises from, new leaders because Mr. Bommai's appointment was a surprise itself. So, and people are okay with it. Like, they are not looking for a face for BJP. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, you're right. They don't care who the CM is. It's all about their MLA. It's not a CM election.
Okay,
well, it's not for Stalin versus Edapadi.
No, it's not like that. Okay, that's great. Okay. All right. So how is the chemistry between Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar right now? It was improving when the Bharat Jodo Yatra was going on. It looked really good and stuff like that. How is it as it's closing towards the election? How do you see that?
I think their troubles are going to begin only after the announcement of tickets. Because there is a Siddaramaiah faction, there's a DK Shivakumar faction in pretty much every constituency. So if they give tickets for one faction, the other faction is going to work against them. So it's going to hurt the Congress a bit. But let us see, Shivakumar has been, and Mr. Kharge has also been talking to all the party workers and saying we have to be united and not fight amongst each other. As of now, things are quiet between DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah. But it's a do or die election for both of them, in fact, because if BJP comes back with a big majority, the Congress is going to suffer very, very badly. And if the Congress comes in with a majority, who's going to be the CM? Is it going to be Siddaramaiah or is it going to be DK Shivakumar?
That was my next question. So they have to face the election without announcing who will be the prospective CM, right?
They won't announce.
They won't announce. They wouldn't.
It will announce CM candidate. Nobody will announce. But
don't you think, because in BJP it's very normal, right? Because you don't have to announce, and it's been like that. But in Congress, do you think is it a good strategy to not announce and face the election in a state like Karnataka?
Right now, they don't have a choice, unfortunately.
They don't have a choice.
There's too much infighting right now. So they have to keep all parties happy, ensure that everybody works, which is, I think, one of the reasons why Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge was appointed as the AICC president, because he's very good at handling these things. A very, sharp politician, and he is able to handle these kind of infighting. So I guess that's why he's there.
Okay. My next question is about the new party that was formed by the mining baron Janardhan Reddy. There is his Kalyan Rajya Prakati Paksha. So do you think this new party is going to create any impact, or is it going to function as a B team for one of the two major parties? Like, from what I'm reading, it's like, the region around Kolar, Bellary, that region is a little, they could influence a little bit there. So how do you see this?
Well, Janardhan Reddy is very well known in the Ballari area, like you say, because he is from there, and he's done a lot of really good work earlier when he was a legislator. So he has laid roads. He has sort of changed the face of Ballari from being like a city full of pigs and filth to a very, very pleasant and nice city to live in. So that's actually, people remember all the work that he has done about 10 years ago. And there's a lot of goodwill for him as well. That is definitely, apart from the fact that people are expecting that he will shell out a lot of money before elections. So that is a good motivation also, no, for people.
People should look at what people are doing in Erode. It's an inspiration. No?
Exactly, yeah.
Karnataka
But
people.
you don't have to lock them down, no. They should not lock people down.
I don't know. People are
So,
happy. Nobody complained that I'm being logged. So what's the
well, that's
point?
true. Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, so he is going to do pretty well in Ballari and surrounds, and he is also going to cut into some votes, like you said, in the Kolar region, because he's putting up about 25 to 30 candidates only. He's not covering the entire state. 224 he's not doing. He's doing only 25 to 30, and he's choosing the constituencies where he's putting candidates. He's focusing on candidates, as I'm sorry, he's focusing on constituencies which have a lot of Reddy population. Reddy Lingayats are there, so Reddy population. Telugu speaking population, that is along, Hyderabad, Karnataka, that region, and the region bordering Andhra. And he is also attempting to reach out to the minority vote. So, very interesting kind of combination, actually speaking.
Yeah. So whose vote share is he's going to eat? Will it be BJP's vote or Congress vote share that he's going to eat?
I feel it will be a bit of both, but more Congress than BJP.
So it will be like facilitating BJP indirectly.
Maybe unwittingly. I don't know if he
Okay.
wants to do it.
I don't know. Yeah.
But
I should
I
ask
think
him probably, but
perhaps, yeah.
okay.
Because he is very clearly, see, for example, if you go to Gangavati, where he is planning to contest from, right? Koppal district. You go to Gangavati, I spoke to a lot of, there's a large Muslim population there. And people I spoke to there are saying, he gave 6 crores for the Gangavati Dargah. So, and they're very happy about it. They're very, thankful about it. They're very grateful for it. He's a Dodoru, which means he's a big man. So, he's very clearly wooing the minorities. He's very clearly targeting the SC, Madiga especially, and these are traditional Congress voters. So, he's doing something.
So there is no conflict, like, how is the people sentiment? C.T. Ravi recently, he's one of the in charge for the elections in Karnataka. He recently, made a statement. Do you want Tipu's rule or Wadiyar's rule? So people don't think which they want. Which do they want? Like, they want Tipu or Wadiyar?
Look, the Tipu narrative works in some parts, like your in near, Coorg, Kodagu, Kodagu district. In those areas, it works because people there have borne the brunt of Tipu Sultan. In Mysore, it works to some extent. So these are areas which have been under Tipu Sultan, right?
Tipu's
Once upon a
regime.
time.
Yeah.
There's one section of the population which will admire Tipu, one section which feels that
Mangaluru, and all those.
lot of atrocities on them. This is the play in these areas, but I think now they have dropped the Tipu narrative. They have been like given one diktat. Tipu is enough. Enough of Tipu.
Enough of Tipu. Okay, yeah, no damages. Okay, what happened to the hijab issue? Nobody seems to be talking about it.
I think the biggest
Are the Muslims going to be voting against BJP?
Well, Muslims are definitely going to be voting against the BJP, except for some parts where, those specific candidates have goodwill among the Muslim population. But by and large, it's going to be against the BJP.
Yeah, that's okay.
Consolidated. Hijab issue, the biggest beneficiary is likely to be the SDPI, more than the Congress. Because the hijab issue, when it happened, the MLA of that area is UT Khader, right? He's a congressman. Now, UT Khader did not speak for a very long time on the hijab issue. They just stayed silent. It was only Siddaramaiah who was speaking. and speaking against what the BJP was doing.
Mm.
Shivakumar was silent, UT Khadar was silent, and UT Khadar is a great MLA, like he's a very, very popular MLA, right? But this time I think he's going to struggle because
Why?
SDPI has come in to his vote bank. The
So
SDPI came
why
in,
was he silent?
I don't know. I don't know. It's very strange. He's
Yeah,
not
I mean,
somebody who's generally like that. He's very much for his constituency, for his people and everything. But I don't know why he was silent. Was he asked to be silent? I don't really know. But he
mhm,
took a very, very long time before he spoke about that subject. And in the meantime, SDPI took up the issue in a big way. And
mhm,
as you know, there were protests and whatnot that happened. And SDPI has made good inroads into the Muslim vote bank in that area. So that's another minus for the Congress actually.
mm. Okay, that's great. My another question is Bhaskar Rao, ex Bengaluru police commissioner, who has moved from AAP to BJP. So, how popular is he? What I mean, AAP is not very grown party in Karnataka. They're trying to open their accounts and they are trying to, create a vote bank for them. But with Bhaskar Rao going out of Aam Aadmi Party, how do you see AAP's progress and what value addition can he bring into BJP?
Well, I don't really know honestly because, well, he was a former police officer. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what major value he can bring,
Mm-hmm.
but as far as ARP is concerned, it's too early for them. They really need to do a lot of work before they even attempt to win something in even a local body election in Karnataka.
Mm-hmm. Right. How is Annamalai doing there? What is the popularity? We know, we all know he is very popular. I'm coming from a channel which is based out of Tamil Nadu, so people will enjoy if I ask something about Annamalai. And honestly, he has a role to play here. So yeah.
That's very true. He's very popular, especially in the places where he served, which is in the Mysore area. Would it be Mysore, this South Karnataka? So he's very, very popular over there. People still like they still see people see him on the roads and they're like, hey, Annamal, and they'll come and take a selfie and with him and all that. And so he's pretty popular. Whether he can help bring in votes, I'm not very sure because it's
Mm-hmm.
the first time he's campaigning, right, in the BJP, and
Correct.
he's going to be in charge of a campaign. So let's see how whether his popularity actually translates into votes, because that will be a good test for him as well.
Mm-hmm. It's more of a learning for him, is what I'm hearing. Like to
Yes.
actually let him face a election and see how it operates and
Yeah,
stuff.
2024 next year, so
Yeah, big one.
he
Yeah.
probably needs a little bit of experience as well.
All right. I'll place my last question. Karnataka has always been a swing state. They've never, picked up the same party. So, and that's what the earlier opinion polls was also telling. So now that I'm hearing something differently, so do you think it's going to break that, narrative of being a swing state?
It's too early to tell, but my gut feeling is that whether it's the BJP or whether it's the Congress, one of them will get a full majority. And right now,
Mhm.
BJP is slightly ahead. So we'll have to wait and see suddenly whether it turns closer to
I,
the election.
I I missed one party completely, JDS.
Oh, yeah.
I really missed my just now when you told full majority they came to my mind. So what is their stance now? How uh, do you think when you say one party is going to get majority, it doesn't really matter how much votes JDS is getting with in alliance
Precisely.
with BRS. I think they're in alliance with BRS, right?
Yeah, I don't think the alliance is going to help them much
Mm-hmm.
in Karnataka. Perhaps
Mm-hmm.
at a national level, maybe it might help. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. But JDS, well, they are around 25 to 30 seats is where they are strong, right? So I don't see them getting more than that. Actually, they're going to be restricted to their strongholds. Though I must like really appreciate Kumarasamy for the kind of amazing yatra and campaign he has done.
Mm-hmm.
Pancharatna Yatra was fantastic. He planned it
Mm-hmm.
very well, planned it meticulously, and he went and met people, and this left an impact on them. Of course, again, he did it too early. So now, if he had done it closer to elections, maybe he could have at least cut into some of the votes of either the BJP or the Congress in the northern areas, because he's been targeting the northern areas as well. But it looks very difficult right now, and also there's a lot of infighting among his family. So I think the senior Devagowda has to sit down and figure stuff out among the family members. That's probably what's going to happen next. But I don't see them. See, they're expecting to be kingmakers, but both the Congress and the BJP don't want to have anything to do with them, because they feel like they've been cheated by the JDS before. So they don't trust the JDS, and they're all aiming for a simple majority. I also personally, my instinct tells me that it'll be either BJP or Congress with a full majority. But it's really too early to tell. Only once the candidate lists are out will we have a fair idea of how this is going to go.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Sandhya ma'am. Thank you so much for taking time and talking to us. Probably we should connect again after release of the actual candidate list, and closer to the election we'll have a conversation to pick your brain on what is happening. But it's a privilege having you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Pleasure talking to you.
Thanks.